Hello everybody. So this is a quick little presentation to everybody, peers and students, about how to save files in the G Plus community, Google applications, things like that. I recently found out that Google Plus will slowly be gotten rid of August of next year because of some sort of data leak, and it will only be available to certain companies, possibly schools, but none of that is set in stone. And with that, I personally didn't feel comfortable just letting my material maybe float away that I've spent a lot of time and effort putting together, and I'm sure all of you would feel the same about your work. So I wanted to share this with you briefly. So to start, I'm in Google Plus Communities, and then I'm just going to go to the Google Apps, these 9 little boxes up here, and we're going to left click on them, and I'm going to show you about how to save for Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. So for Google Docs, we're going to left click on there, and we're going to save. I'm going to save my PDP because I really like that piece, so I'm going to left click on that. And if you like, you can change the title. I'm going to leave that alone for now just because it's for this class and I don't want anything to be misconstrued. But you can change the title and then save, or you can just save it at a later time. So I'm just going to show you how to save it later. So it's going to be File, Download As, and then I save it as a Word doc, a PDF, and then a plain text. I'm just going to show you how to do it as a Word document and then a PDF. They're slightly different. So Microsoft Word .docx, I'm going to left click on that, and then make sure that it's on Save File, and then select OK. It'll be up here, and then we can double click on that. It'll open up in Microsoft Word if you have it available. You can select Enable Editing, and then File, Save As, and I'm going to change this to Professional Development Plan, and then I'm going to save it to my desktop. In case you didn't see that, you just click here where it says Downloads, and now we're going to save it to whichever location you like. I'm going to pick Desktop, and then I'm going to save it to the Duke folder, and then select Save. This is basically just saying that you'd have to upgrade for a little bit more, but we're just going to select OK, and that's all for that file. Now we're going to save it as a PDF, so we're going to download as PDF. Make sure it's on Save File. Select OK. You can go here again, and if we don't want to open it this way, we can left click on the folders and then just drag it by left click, hold, and drop it to Desktop or the Duke folder so that it's close to its buddy. And then we can just close that. And then File, and just so I can show you, plain text. For those of you who don't have Microsoft Word, save file, OK. It's available here, and then you can move this to your to the same folder. Always be sure to rename the folders if you don't want them to get lost for any reason. So I'm going to go into the Duke folder. I'm going to find MIT 885, the PDP, that's a text document. I'm going to right click, I'm going to select rename, and I'm going to call it Professional Development Plan. And now it'll be saved as that file, and then you just left click off to the side, and now it's saved. That way nothing gets lost. You can do the same thing for this, but in just to save time, we're going to just not do that. Next, we're going to go to Google Sheets, and I want to save my Wine at the World's Fair costs diagram. This was pretty beneficial to me, so I think that I'd like to have it at a later date. So File, Download as, Microsoft Excel. Make sure it's on Save File, then OK. Now that it's over here, we can, oh, you know what? We're going to click on it, and then we're just going to change it, change the title. If you forget to click on Enable Editing, you can go to File, in the top left, Save, and it'll ask you to enable saving before you can continue. Then you'll have to go back and redo it. So just be sure to click Enable Editing in the top left before you go any further. And then you're going to save as we would call this cost sheet, and then I want to save it in the Duke folder. Save. When you get back here, you'll notice that you can also download as a PDF or a CSV or TSV. CSV and TSV is important for those of you who know how to do a little bit more with Microsoft Excel. When you click on PDF document, they just kind of ask you for a to print it out. So I'm just going to show you how to save it as a CSV. And we're going to left click on that. Always make sure it's on Save File. OK. It's over here. And then we can save it or just drag it to the Duke folder. And then finally, we're going to save a slide. So one of the nice things about this is you can save the work in a lot of Microsoft documents, which Microsoft has been around for a very long time, so there's no fear for me of it going anywhere anytime soon. If you feel differently, by all means, save as many copies as you want. Download as PowerPoint. Remember, save file. OK. I'm going to go here. And then this is my palette stacking file. So once PowerPoint opens, we're going to enable editing, file, save as, palette stacking, presentation, and we're going to save it to the Duke folder. Also, we're going to save a PDF by left-clicking on Download As. Click on PDF, and always remember the save file. OK. And then we're going to open up the document. I apologize for that. We're going to go here. We're going to click on MIT 885 PDF, the little folder. It's right here. And we're going to drag that to the Duke folder. Once we're in the Duke folder, we can rename it we went past it. Remember, left click on rename, and then this was palette stacking slide. Perfect. And then we can close this out, and then file, and for this last one I'm going to show you a different slide, so bear with me just a second. I really liked the visuals on this this vehicle maintenance piece, so we're going to go to the last slide, or one of the last slides. I believe it was the second to the last. And at some point I'm going to end up dabbling with this a little bit more, but for the most part I like the basic layout of this. So after selecting the slide that you want, you go to File, Download As. You can either select a PNG or a JPEG or both. I suggest doing both, but we're just going to do a JPEG right now. It only does the current slide, so select the slide you want to become a picture. Left click on it. Always select Save File. OK. I'm going to go here. We're going to double click on it. Let them work. So we're going to open it up this way, and we're just going to drag this to the Duke folder. One of the nice things of bringing everything to one folder is you can go in that folder, recreate a new folder, and save everything there. So right click, new folder, and we can call this a backup folder. And you can just drag and drop all of your material in there. The reason for this piece is so that nobody loses any of their material. It's very important that all the work and time that you've put into your pieces is not lost. Just be sure that you always save things, because things like Google Plus, even though we all loved it and it was great while we had it, if it does end up disappearing on us next year, you don't want to see all of your hard work go away. So thank you for listening. I hope this was helpful to any or all of you, and I wish you the best of luck out there.